To go, Joe Montana passing for 2 touchdowns. That one to Freddie Solomon. A sparkling 49er defense had a great day as well. USC rookie Ronnie Lott intercepting Danny White and going the distance for the score. San Francisco won it 45-14. Meanwhile, a different kind of afternoon for Green Bay's Lynn Dickey. He was intercepted 4 times by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cecil Johnson taking this one to set up a Buccaneers score. The Bucs harassing Dickey all day. Here they sack him out of the Green Bay shotgun. And the Buccaneers went on to win it 21-10. Today, the struggling Packers and the soaring 49ers.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers.
This is Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris at County Stadium here in Milwaukee, where it is not Indian summer. Temperatures are already in the high 30s. Snow is expected perhaps before this game is over. We have your basic gray October skies, but we'll be watching the #1 rated quarterback in the NFC, Joe Montana of San Francisco.
He's completed 65% of his passes. San Francisco is second in the NFC in offense, and he's been doing a super job for San Francisco.
Well, Lynn Dickey is rated 9th, way behind Joe Montana, but his completion percentage is really very close to Montana's.
Yes, the problem there is that Dickey has given up 10 interceptions, and they have had some critical turnovers, and that's what they have to turn around to have a chance against the 49ers.
Coach Bill Walsh of the 49ers happy with his team having won 3 in a row.
Yes, they are now 4-2 in the NFC West, in good shape, tied for first place. And of course, this weather is not so hot. It's raining. It's going to be wet down there on the field, and that poses some problems, Bill Walsh says, because of the fact that he has to worry about those receivers, John Jefferson and James Lofton.
Well, Green Bay has 2 tremendous football players in their receivers. In weather like this, it can make a difference because they can make a move. Our defensive backs can slip. They can make the great catch, even of a poor pass, and make the touchdown. So what it really means, weather helps those great receivers because it just gives the defensive backs that much more of a problem to deal with them. Also, of course, Green Bay has a very swift defense, so it's going to be awfully hard for us to get much going offensively with their quickness on defense and a slow field.
Okay, we're just about set for the kickoff, Tim.
All right, Johnny, it'll be Ray Wershing kicking it off for San Francisco. To our left in white, there he is, number 14. He's just back from a little muscle pull injury. And the deep man for the Green Bay Packers is Mark Lee, number 22, from Washington, standing at the 4-yard line of the pack. Drizzle is falling. It's expected to turn to snow. We have a cold autumn afternoon, and it's only October. Lee from the 2. Over the 25 to the 26-yard line, where he is met by 3 or 4 of the San Francisco special teams, led by Bill Ring, number 30, reserve running back, and Milt McCall, reserve linebacker. So the Packers offensively will present this group. Konkar and Cook the tackles, and with Harris and Goforth at the guards, there's the backfield, Lynn Dickey, Harlan Huckleby, and Gary Ellis at the running backs, with Lofton and John Jefferson. Some kind of firepower at wide receiver. They're in the slot formation right. On first down, Jefferson in motion behind the ball. Dickey wants to throw on first down. Up the middle, complete to Lofton. First down, Packers. A pickup of 14 yards to the 42-yard line. So despite the cold and wet weather, the Packers come out throwing. And they have scored first in every game they've played this season. But a penalty flag is down against the Pack, so that first down pass to Lofton will go for naught.
That is not a good way to start out a football game because they had a nice play there as Lofton went down the field, turned in, and it was a first down, but obviously we're going to have a penalty, a holding penalty.
Number 79.
Mark Konkar is charged with the holding, the left tackle from Colorado. The referee, Ben Dreith, giving you the information. He is number 12. And so the Packers set back now to their 17-yard line. And will be first and 20. Out to the left comes Lofton, number 80. John Jefferson, recently acquired from San Diego. Out to the right, number 83. Gary Ellis and Harlan Huckleby. This is Huckleby. Huckleby is stop just over the line of scrimmage. Dan Bunz is there, number 57. And the first man to make contact was Jack Hacksaw Reynolds, number 64. So the two inside linebackers teaming up. There's the front three of the 49ers, Stuckey, Reese, and Dwayne Board. The linebackers, Harper, Bunz, Reynolds, and Keena Turner. And the outstanding young secondary, three rookies, Lott, Williamson, and Eric Wright, with the veteran, I use that term advisedly, 25-year-old third-year man from Michigan, Dwight Hicks. Dickey brings him out. We'll be seeing Fred Dean in there often. Indeed, he is in there now, number 74 on the right defensive end. His second start. And he has sacked Lynn Dickey. Fred Dean, who came from the Chargers just last week, made his first appearance a week ago against Dallas, and he has the first sack of the afternoon.
Well, he must be a happy man. He had 3 sacks last week, and he was all over the place, and he got by Mark Concour on that play for another sack, so he is really rolling those sacks up, and what a difference he can make in a defensive line. San Francisco in the last few years has not been that strong in the pass rush, and Dean is really helping him out. They're piling up those sacks.
Well, they say he is a happy, well-paid man now in San Francisco, following his contract dispute with San Diego, getting the deal and more money to play up with the 49ers. This is Huckabee. Huckabee is hit behind the line, gets away from the first hit, and then is dropped by 76 Dwayne Board, the third-year man from North Carolina A&T. So a very strong defensive display by the 49ers following the first down pass that was negated by the holding penalty, and the Packers will have to punt. Standing right on the goal line is Ray Stakowitz. And the deep men for the 49ers, Freddie Solomon, number 88, and Dwight Hicks, number 22. Stakowitz shouting the signals. Charlie Honey is the long snapper. Low driving punt is down by the Pack near midfield. Cassidy, number 88, downing the ball at the 49-yard line of Green Bay. So good field position for the first offensive series by the 49ers. And here's a look at the firepower. Joe Montana at quarterback. Ricky Patton getting the start ahead of the injured Paul Hofer, Earl Cooper, and the wide receivers Clark and Solomon. There's the offensive line. Dan Audick, also acquired from San Diego this season. At left tackle with Fonhorst, Cross and Ayers the guards, and Quillen is the center. A wet ball, and that'll be something we'll be seeing throughout the game, I'm sure, as they change to a dry one.
There's a light rain, and of course the quarterback has a right to call for a dry ball. They have 24, in fact, NFL rules say you have to have 24 balls available for a football game, so they'll always have a dry one available.
They start in the I formation with Johnny Davis getting the start at fullback. Play action. They go out to Davis out of the backfield, well covered there by Douglas, hit immediately after a gain of about 4 yards. So it will be 2nd and 6 for the 49ers.
So both teams have started on first down throwing the ball. The play action pass, Dwight Clark down the field. He just dumps it out into the backfield, and of course Davis gets himself a few yards. It'll be a 2nd down and about 7.5.
49ers send Solomon out to the left, White Clark out to the right. They're in the pro set now. Davis has the ball straight ahead from Montana, and good hard running by Johnny Davis over the 40-yard line. Appears to be just short of the first down. Davis acquired in a trade from Tampa Bay for wide receiver James Owens. He's been doing the job. The Packers defensively in the 3-4, Mike Butler and Casey Merrill on the ends, Terry Jones on the nose tackle, and the linebackers, an outstanding young core, Anderson, Wingo, Cumbie, and Mike Douglas. The secondary, Mark Lee, the veteran Johnny Gray, free agent Maurice Harvey, and Mike McCoy on the right corner. 3rd and less than a yard, San Francisco. Davis appears to have the first down. The ball may have come loose. Packers did a good job stopping Davis, but it appeared his forward progress gave him first down yardage, but it is a fumble that has been recovered by the Pack. Davis was there for the first down, but he dropped the ball, and the Pack takes over at their own 38.
One of the linebackers really popped him as he hit the line, must have jolted the ball loose, and Green Bay has the first break in the game.
Mike Douglas made the fumble recovery. And with Johnny Morris here at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Let's see that play, the turnover by the Niners.
And it was Kurt Alleman in there on the short yardage who really popped. Davis knocked the ball loose, and it looks like a little scrum there, doesn't it, Tim? But anyway, Green Bay Packers came up with the ball first down at the 38.
Wide to the right goes Jefferson. Out to the left, James Lofton. What a pair of wide receiving weapons. Lynn Dickey at quarterback. In the eye, Ellis the lead back. Play action. Screen pass. Ellis. Good block. Ellis, first down, over the 50 into San Francisco territory to the 49. Upset there by Dwight Hicks, number 22.
You're going to see a good block by number 57, Darrell Goforth. As he goes out there in the screen, you see Ellis, and you see Goforth, 57, coming out there to throw blocks. I actually almost hit him in the back, Keena Turner, as Ellis went down the sidelines, and a good play for the Green Bay Packers, throwing underneath the coverage.
The ball spotted just inside the 50-yard line in Niner territory. Out of the pro set. The changing Niner defense. Huckleby digs for about 3 yards. He's pulled down with a flag on the play. Willie Harper and Archie Reese combining on the hit. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the Green Bay Packers and the National Football League is prohibited. Another penalty against the tackle.
Holding number 54.
Larry McCarron, the center, number 54, is charged with holding. Twice now, the Packers have had first downs called back with penalties. First and 20, just over the 40-yard line of Green Bay. Ron Cassidy, Lofton, and Jefferson now give the Packers 3 wide receivers. Ellis, the lone running back. This season, nearly had number 5, intended for Lofton.
Boy, he has come up with plays the last few games that have really improved this San Francisco defense, but he had Lofton well covered. The timing was a little bit off, and he almost sneaked right in front, would have gone right down the sidelines. As you look at this first quarter score, New England on top, 7-0.
Cleveland in front of New Orleans. Second and 20 from the 40-yard line of Green Bay. Lawrence Pillars has come in up front, joining Dean, Reese, and Board. Are going to show a lot of defensive looks today. Dickey is sacked again. And the first man in was Pillars, number 65, with Fred Dean right behind him. Pillars picked up on waivers last year from the New York Jets. Down to a svelte 245 this year, much quicker.
Now watch number 65. Nobody even slows him down. He goes right through McCarron and just busts his way right through, gets a hold of Dickey by the hand, by the shirt, and just tears him down. A little help there from Fred Dean. Lawrence Pillars in on the pass rush off the 4-man rush, the nickel defense. He did the job with help from Dean.
Second sack of the afternoon, and now the Pack, third and very long from their own 29-yard line. Slot formation right. They swing it out to Gary Ellis. Ellis is knocked down at the 35-yard line. Fred Dean ranging over to get in on the play, and the first man to hit him, just getting to his feet, is Ronnie Lott, number 42.
A great play by Ronnie Lott, because he had Leotis Harris coming right down on him. He avoided the block and made the tackle. As the Packers are going to be forced to punt, they just haven't been able to get anything going.
Ray Stackowitz blowing some warm air onto his hands, standing at the 20-yard line. Hicks and Solomon, the deep man for the 49ers, waiting the ball at the 25 in San Francisco. Low snap. Stackowitz, short punt off the side of his foot. Will be down by the Packers at the 37-yard line. And the crowd booing Stackowitz's effort, but there's a lot of wind here today, too, that will be a factor for both the kickers and the passers this afternoon. This is not fun football weather. We're scoreless, 9:29. Third year with the 49ers feeling fairly comfortable. Bart Starr in his 7th year with the Pack, having his problems here in Green Bay. First down. San Francisco. Montana wants to throw, and it's intended for number 32, Rick up on waivers from Denver earlier this season, third-year man out of Ball State. Ricky Patton, drafted 10th in 1978 by Atlanta, picked up last year as a free agent after being cut by these Green Bay Packers. And with Paul Hofer's knee still bothering him, Patton's been getting to play a lot. Second and 10. Cooper and Patton running backs. Cooper running hard, a gain of about 8 yards right up the middle. Terry Jones ranging back from nose tackle number 63 to haul him down.
Let's take a look at the St. Louis-Atlanta game. The Cardinals on top 7-0 after the first quarter.
Led a race in the NFC West. Atlanta 3-3. Rams and the 49ers tied for first place at 4-2. Third and 3. Patton hit right at the line of scrimmage. Worked his way with a second effort close to the first down yardage.
Well, Patton bounced off of John Anderson that time. Anderson had him for at least at the line of scrimmage, and he bounced forward and got a couple extra yards. Ricky Patton, who will share the duty with Paul Hofer, who has been coming back from the bad knee. Hofer played a little bit more last week, had 40 yards rushing. You'll see him more in on third down situations. Patton's gained 270 yards rushing.
Been doing a good job. 5'11", 192-pounder from Jackson State. It's going to be just short, about 6 inches, maybe the length of the football, a little longer.
It looks like the 49ers are going to punt.
The ball is at the 49er 47-yard line. So Bill Walsh sends in the punting unit. Jim Miller, 4th-round pick a year ago, currently averaging 43 yards a punt. That's good for 5th place in the NFC. Mark Lee is the deep man. Johnny Gray, the up man for the Packers. Miller just got it away. Good rush by Whitaker. Lee struggles over the 21 to the 23-yard line. Dan Buns, number 57, there to make the hit. And Green Bay will start from their own 22-yard line. We have 8:12 remaining in this. Well, it's a little early for Halloween. I hope they've got thermal face masks on. Pretty cold here in Milwaukee. Temperature in the high 30s and going down. First down for the Pack. Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris. Here in Milwaukee, pitch out to Ellis. Ellis gets out to the 29-yard line for Green Bay. Dwayne Board, number 76, Dan Buns, and Jack Reynolds all in on the tackle.
Tim Stokes is now in at left tackle for the Packers, replacing Mark Concord, who has been hurt. And as you know, he walked out of camp last week, did not play. And I don't know if he's hurt or whether Bart still mad at him.
No, when he returned to practice this week, they said he would start, but everything had been patched up and forgotten. They did say he was still suffering from a couple of minor injuries. Second and a long 4. Huckabee hit behind the line of scrimmage by Jim Stuckey. Second-year defensive end from Clemson, and a loss on the play.
And it was Willie Harper, number 59, that got across the line of scrimmage to turn the play in. And it allowed Stuckey to come in on the tackle. You're going to see, watch to the left of your screen, 59 got across the line of scrimmage, jammed up the blocking, and there came Stuckey as we look at
Packers going without a huddle, Johnny. Huckabee incomplete, and he took quite a hit just as the ball arrived. Getting up slowly, Dan Buns put the wrap on him. And the Packers elected to try and catch the Niners by surprise. Ran that play without a huddle on 3rd and 9. But the pass goes incomplete, and Stackowitz is once more into punt.
They were trying to nullify San Francisco's defensive adjustments. They bring in other people for their nickel defense, and they wanted to hustle it through. It did not work.
49ers, like all teams, doing a lot of situation defensing, and almost every down, they really run him in and out. Good punt by Stackowitz. Excellent. Driving Solomon back to his 26-yard line, and he's pulled down at the 25. Ron Cassidy, number 88, downfield to put the stop on his opposite number, Solomon. And Stackowitz, after 2 short punts, really unloaded one that time. So 49-yard punt for Ray Stackowitz. So San Francisco first down at their own 25. New Orleans has scored against Cleveland.
Douglas, who has a bad shoulder, he diagnosed it, came across, got behind the pulling guard, and made the tackle. Good hustling play by the Packer linebackers, and that's one of their strengths. They have 4 linebackers that can move around and go from one end of the field to the other, one sideline to the other.
Second and 15. Ezra Johnson has come in for Merrill to provide some pass rush for the Packers. Number 90 on the right defensive end. Montana has a man open, complete. Solomon has the first down and a couple of more out close to the 40-yard line. They'll spot it at the 37.
Good pass pattern by Solomon. You're going to see him hook in. Mark Lee's covering short, and then he's going to try and help deep, and then he hooks back to the outside, and Montana put it right on the dime before Johnny Gray brought him down. Good play by San Francisco, and that's the thing you got to worry about. They can move that ball. They use all their receivers, a lot of backs, both wide receivers, and they can hit you a lot of different ways.
George Rogers ran 79 yards for the New Orleans score in that game against Cleveland. The Saints lead it 7-3. Montana has a man open again. Hofer out of the backfield. First down. Cumbian on the tackle, number 52, but the man who made the hit, Mark Lee, number 22, the left cornerback. Hofer goes out. Johnny Davis comes in.
You see one back, 49, that's Cooper, out there to drag the linebacker out, and Hofer just turned around and beat the zone and got them a first down. Paul Hofer, who's had the long road back from a very bad knee injury, and is getting a little bit stronger every week.
He was the 11th round pick in 1976, and a guy who had really struggled to make the team. Hung in there, showed that he was an intelligent and very active player with a lot of skills, and finally got a chance to become a starter, and then of course suffered the knee injury, but he's got a lot of grit and expects to be back at full steam soon.
And he's a great pressure player. He's a good man to have in there when you have to make the play.
Rushed 11 times last week for 40 yards, so he's making that comeback. First down, Niners out of the I formation. Solomon wide right. Oh, what a hit. Douglas again blowing into the backfield to pop Ricky Patton. And now for an NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Tim, you gave the run, but look at why George Rogers likes the eye. Jack Holmes with the lead block, and that springs the hole wide open. And before he's finished, Rogers has gone 79 yards for a touchdown, and the Saints now lead the Browns 7-3, but it's very early. Let's go back to Tim Ryan.
Okay, Brent, we've got 2nd and 11 here as Mike Douglas has come up with 2 sparkling defensive plays, dropping Patton for a loss that time. Montana swings it out, and there's Douglas again. And it's Patton once more taking the knock. After catching the pass behind the line of scrimmage, he's dropped for yet another loss, this time of 3 yards. And Douglas flopping over, as they do with their outside linebackers, this time working the left side.
And you know what was going through Patton's mind, 32 here. He saw Douglas coming, and he knew he was going to get wrapped as soon as he caught the ball, and he hung on to the ball, and Douglas put the wrap on him from San Diego State. Here's a man who plays linebacker, can high jump 6'8", shot put 59 feet, triple jump 50 feet. Michael Douglas is quite an athlete as you look at Bill Walsh.
It is 3rd down and 15. Estes Hood is in as the nickelback, 5 defensive backs for Green Bay. Montana has time. It is almost intercepted by Mark Lee covering Freddie Solomon. And Green Bay defensively outstanding on this series, has forced the 49ers to punt.
Well, that one was right there. You got to give him credit for being on the coverage, but you got to give him a 0 for not hanging onto the ball. Some teams don't stress enough having your defensive backs catch passes. A lot of teams will have them play wide receiver in practice and have a whole drill where they just catch balls so that they're used to it.
Jim Miller will punt it for the 49ers.
Whoa, gee.
Gets a big one, and that's going into the end zone. Tremendous boot by Miller. And so the Pack will start from their own 20-yard line. There's the young man. Jim Miller, 4th-round pick a year ago. And the Packers drafted Ray Stackowitz, too. So both these teams looking to improve their kicking game with 2 young punters.
That was a 56-yard punt. As you look at Cincinnati taking an early lead over Pittsburgh 3-0.
The Jim Breach field goal in that game. And there are the Jets ahead by a field goal over Buffalo. And, of course, the Bills, a solid playoff contender. Some people talking Super Bowl up there in Orchard Park. First down the Pack. went up about another 2 feet.
And that's what you call threading the needle. Watch Lofton. He's surrounded by Buns. He's surrounded by Harper, Lott. There's 4 white jerseys there, but all you need is one man to catch the ball.
First down. Lofton got lofted that time. 33-yard line of Green Bay. Wide to the right goes Lofton. Out to the left comes Jefferson. That'll be a quarterback screen having those two guys. Huckabee hit behind the line and then struggled forward for about a gain of 2. Number 25, the second-year man from Michigan, played in the Canadian Football League, picked up as a free agent last year. Cleveland has gone ahead of New Orleans 10-7. Mike Pruitt has scored.
The last 9 games that these two teams have played in Milwaukee have been won by the Green Bay Packers. You know how long it's been since San Francisco beat the Packers here?
How long, John?
1958.
I knew you were going to tell me. 2nd and 7. 3 wide receivers. 2 very deep backs for San Francisco. It's complete to the tight end Kaufman. He's knocked out of bounds by Williamson at the 45. A Packer first down in San Francisco territory. Did you see how deep they had those 2 secondary men for San Francisco? The Packers played that very well.
Yes, they did. They're trying to stop those wide receivers, and Kaufman should be a distinguished receiver all day. He had just a slight step. This is a good pass by Dickey to the outside there. You can see that it was not too far from being intercepted. Keena Turner tried to make the interception. Kaufman got it, goes down the sidelines, finally knocked out of bounds by Carlton Williamson. But Kaufman should be a prominent receiver the way they're trying to cover these wide receivers.
Ball at the 43 of San Francisco. The Packers driving. They swing it out here to Huckabee. No blockers. He's on his own. And a shoestring tackle by Eric Wright, the cornerback number 21, one of 3 rookies in that San Francisco secondary. The number 3 pick from Missouri. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. And 4 new 49ers come in. Bobby Leopold, Lawrence Pillars, Saladin Martin, and another linebacker, Keena Turner, coming back in for this play. 2nd and 10. And again, they have Hicks. Williamson way back. The flag is down. Dickey gets away from one man, and the pass intended for Lofton incomplete. And he took a pretty good lick there from Saladin Martin, and they're still pushing and shoving. Another flag is down following that little set too. Ronnie Lott was deep on the coverage. We'll see what happens here in the penalty department from Ben Dreith.
Well, I think the Packers had a free play there, so Glenn Dickey did the right thing. Continue through the play. You might be able to get yourself some big yardage other than just the penalty. Then there was the temper flare with James Lofton and Lott.
Offside.
San Francisco offside. That's the only penalty on the play. Wow, he was offside, I'd say. No argument there. Big Fred Dean in his 2nd week as a 49er. And nothing came from the little set-to down there between Lofton and Ronnie Lott. So it is 2nd and 5. Green Bay threatening. There is no score in the game. Huckabee, big hole on the right side. Lawrence Pillars comes way back to pull him down, but not before he has a first down to the San Francisco 30-yard line. Harlan Huckabee, with Turdell Middleton still recovering from a hamstring, has been doing the job. He's rushed for 158 yards, starting in his 3rd game now.
We talked to Bart yesterday, and he said that Middleton could play, that his hamstring injury is just about well, but Huckabee's done so well, it's kind of hard to get him out of the lineup, but we could see Turdell Middleton before it's over.
Pat Leahy of the Jets has kicked another field goal. They lead Buffalo 6-0 in the first period. First down, Green Bay driving. Play action. Dickey. Complete to Jefferson with 3 men around him. Perfect timing by Dickey. Jefferson made the turn. The ball was there. Carlton Gordon Williamson and Ronnie Lott with Reynolds all back there. It didn't matter.
He got by the original jam here, and then you're going to see him going on Carlton Williams. Didn't know whether he was going to go to the corner here as he got by there. Now you'll see Williamson down the field. It looked like he was going to go to the corner, and he just turned inside, and that's what froze Williamson, who comes up for the tackle. And Hacksaw was there, 64. The Packers are threatening.
First down at the 12-yard line of San Francisco. The crowd alive here. The drizzle appears to have stopped as well. A loose ball bobbled by Dickey, and he covers it himself back at the 20-yard line, and that is another loss for the Packers. An unhappy Lynn Dickey. We just got through saying it looks like the rain has stopped, but the ball must be greasy.
Well, he did the right thing. He didn't try and scoop it up. He just fell on it and got the ball because he didn't know how close those defensive linemen were on the charge. So the Packers will be into a passing situation. San Francisco makes the adjustments. Martin comes in.
All right, Johnny, that's the end of the first quarter here at County Stadium in Milwaukee. With the score, the San Francisco 49ers nothing, the Green Bay Packers nothing.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Cadillac and your Cadillac dealer. And by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Tim Ryan and Johnny Morris back here at County Stadium in Milwaukee. It is 2nd and 17 following the loss by Dickey as he bobbled the ball from the center. McCarron. Lofton to the right, Jefferson to the left. Huckleby. They want the reverse. They can't get it. And a wise play by Huckleby. It was pulled down from behind by Lawrence Pillars as he was about to hand it off to Jefferson, and that would have been total disaster. Watch it again.
Boy, did Pillars get across there in a hurry. Actually, nobody even blocked him. He got through there, got his hands, and Huckleby was going to hand off, but he wisely hung on to the ball because Pillars was hanging on to him. The play ended up being a big, big flop.
Green Bay has scored first in each of its 6 games this year, and they had a drive going, but they are backed up somewhat at the moment here at the 25-yard line, 3rd and long. Dickey has lots of time and has a man open, Jefferson. John Jefferson with a diving, sliding catch to the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down, however, as they needed to get to the 3 for a first down. So it is 4th down, Green Bay. What a catch.
Yes, and a good play by Lynn Dickey as he goes back in the pocket. He can't find anybody open, then moves forward. He had that instinct to move forward. He stuck with Jefferson, who kept up his pattern and made the grab, brought it in, and it's going to be a field goal attempt for Green Bay.
All right, it is Jan Stenerud with the ball spotted at the 17-yard line, a 27-yard try. And Stenerud has it. And once again, a flag is down in the end zone, evidently. But if it holds up, Stenerud has given the Packers the lead. 13:34 remaining in this second period. And there's the signal is against San Francisco, the preliminary signal. There may be one also against Green Bay. We'll get the official word as Jan Stenerud waiting word on whether he gets his 3 points or not, and the referee signaling him, come on back here, guys. You're going to have to do it again, evidently.
Well, if it was against San Francisco, then Green Bay's 4th down situation would be a much shorter deal, maybe 4th and 1 or 2. Now, some coaches don't like to take points off the board, but let's see what Bart Starr decides.
The penalty, it's field goal.
The penalty was declined, and they take the field goal. So your question will remain moot. They're grabbing the 4 yards in 11 plays for the 3-pointer, and Stenerud kicks it off. The deep men, Amos Lawrence, number 20, has it from the 10, and Lawrence, running hard, carrying tacklers, gets out to the 30-yard line. Guy Prather, reserve linebacker, made the tackle on him. And now for another NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Tim, after George Rogers has zipped 79 yards for a New Orleans touchdown, the Browns came marching right back. Mike Pruitt running in from the 8-yard line, his 4th touchdown of the year. Browns over the Saints 10-7 right now. Let's go back to Tim Ryan.
Okay, Brent, it's 3-0 here. Green Bay in front of San Francisco. Niner ball from their own 30. In motion behind the ball, Freddie Solomon. What a year he's having. Montana to throw on first down again. Lots of time. Swings it to Cooper. Cooper runs into a tackler at the 37-yard line. The man to force him out was Mark Lee, number 22. Gain of about 6 on the play for Cooper. Cooper, the number 1 pick last year from Rice. Off to a bit of a slow start this season. He's rushed for 158 yards coming into this game.
That's a good formation for San Francisco. They really run it to a double tight end, but Dwight Clark is playing one of the tight end positions, even though he's a wide receiver, and it's a good formation.
Well, Bill Walsh will give you all kinds of things to look at offensively, and now the Niner defense has become almost as confusing or sophisticated, depending on your point of view. 2nd and 5, Cooper just blasting straight ahead as a first down. Out to the 48-yard line of San Francisco. Good hard running before George Cumbie, number 52, one of the inside linebackers, managed to pull him down.
And there you see Joe Montana taking the play in from the sidelines. It's signaled in. Of course, Bill Walsh is on the phones. He has Guy Benjamin with him, and Montana has, of course, the authority to call an audible whenever he feels fit.
Clark to the left, Solomon right. And the pro set, Cooper and Patton. This is Patton. Couldn't quite make the turn at the corner. John Anderson, the linebacker, number 59, was able to pull him down before he was able to get upfield, but he still picked up about 5 on the play. Philadelphia leading Minnesota 6-0.
The Eagles are still undefeated at 6-0 going into this game. Boy, that's tough to keep winning week after week.
Well, according to this year's football announcing cliches, they are on a roll and they are awesome. We got them both in one blast there. 2nd and 5. Patton coming out to the left. He is open. Ricky Patton forced out at the 30-yard line, and Patton just kind of waltzed out of the backfield. Nobody picked him up, and the pass was to him all the way. First down, 49ers. And now for another NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger.
We just had an update, Tim Ryan. The Minnesota Vikings scoring for the first time today against Philadelphia. It was Kramer to his talented tight end Sensor, 11 yards. The extra point was good. The Eagles missed their extra point. It is now 7-6 Vikes. Let's go back to Tim.
Okay, the 49ers are driving for the first time today. They have a first down inside the 30 of Green Bay. Cooper in motion. The give is to Hofer, and the pack shuts him down. Number 78. Casey Merrill, the third-year man from Cal Davis, hit him right at the line of scrimmage.
Good hustle by Casey Merrill. He came from the backside and took a dive and got him by the legs. Casey Merrill.
Merrill goes out. Ezra Johnson comes in for the expected passing down. A gain of a yard. 2nd and 9.
The Packers haven't done all that well here at County Stadium in the 80s. I think they're 1-4, but during the 70s they won 20 and lost 9 here at Milwaukee County Stadium and had a tougher time up in Green Bay.
One running back is Cooper in motion behind the ball, Solomon. Montana complete to Clark. He's hit immediately by Mike Douglas, who's having an outstanding afternoon. A gain of about 6 yards on the play will bring up 3rd, and it looks like a long 3. Mike McCoy in on the hit with Douglas as well. This 49er offense, 2nd in the NFC. 158 points and 357.5 yards a game.
And the key has been they've kind of equalized the run with the pass more than they did last year. Last year it was all pass.
This is 3rd and 6. He did not get nearly the gain that I thought he did when they spotted the ball. It is 3rd and about 6 yards, and now Joe Montana opts to take a timeout. This is a big play. The Pack changed the defense, and Montana's going to go over and talk it over with the coaching staff. So we have 10:27 to go in this first half. Green Bay leads it 3-0. Well, Bill Walsh and Sam White have cooked up the play. 3rd down and 6. And the 49ers with their first critical play of this football game. They trail 3-0 early in the 2nd period, and they have obtained their deepest penetration into Green Bay territory. Montana sacked. Mike Douglas continues to have an outstanding half of football for the Green Bay Packers.
Boy, he was across like a shot, and Earl Cooper just could not get over in time to make the block. As Montana on a partial rollout, Douglas comes from the outside. Cooper tries to get over to give him a hand. He can't do it, can't get there. You see 49 trying to make the block. And there's the sack by Mike Douglas, who is having an excellent football game. In fact, he's got, how many solo tackles does he have?
A bunch. The 5th round pick in '78 from San Diego State. The punter is in Miller. He's standing at the 45-yard line, angling to the corner. Fair catch signal. Now the ball bounces down to the 2. And a fine punt by Miller. He didn't get it out of bounds. Meanwhile, a flag is down. Saladin Martin covering the ball down at the Packer 2, but it's coming back.
It's going to be against San Francisco, I believe.
That's the preliminary signal from Ben Reif, talking it over with the Packers now. Randy Scott, reserve linebacker, is number 55, in on the conversation. Well, this is going to probably just give him another opportunity to angle it out
Eligible
deep.
man downfield on the kicking team, number 27.
Carlton Williamson down early, and let's see if the sharpshooting Miller can get the help that he got last time, because they signaled fair catch and then they let it fall down to the 2, and he'll be trying to get it out of bounds in the corner again.
Well, we'll see how close they come to the 2-yard line. This was just a little 5-yard penalty, but it could cost him 18 yards or more
if he doesn't get it out.
Right.
Well, he got it out all right, but at the 26 or 7-yard line, off the side of his foot, Miller,
that little 5-yard penalty cost him, ended up costing him 25 yards, plus the Packers would have been back on their 2-yard line.
Wow. All right. Green Bay holding a 3-0 lead with 9:48 to go in the first half, and they get out of trouble there. Tim Ryan with Johnny Morris in Milwaukee. Well, Bart Starr watched his team take a couple of key penalties back in the first period and some losses. But that time, he saw the 49ers make the miscue, and so Green Bay starting from its own 31-yard line in pretty good shape after a 7-yard punt by young Jim Miller of San Francisco in the I formation. Dickey deep downfield for Lofton, and it's just overthrown. Dickey had a little bit of pressure, released the ball a little bit quickly, but he didn't miss by much.
He just tried to have Lofton outrun Ronnie Lott. Both the cornerbacks came up and played very tight with just one deep middle man to help out. If the pass had been good, he had a slight step on him, but it had to be perfect. And, you know, we're talking about the kicking situation there. The Packers gained a lot of yards. You know, Miller's a barefoot kicker. He went to Mississippi. How often does he kick in 30, 35-degree temperatures?
He may have frostbite on his kicking foot. Dickey is 7 of 10 for 86 yards at this point. Jefferson in the slot right. Lofton wide right. Play action. They fake the screen. They come back to Ellis, and that is incomplete with Archie Reese on the coverage, the nose tackle.
He was right there where the pass is going to be. I think the 49ers smelled that one out. The Packers used this play, I believe, 3 times last week. They fake one way with the screen and then go back the other way. And there you see Ellis 31 going out in the flat. You're going to see number 78, Archie Reese, says, I'm right here, throw it to me. But he had Ellis.
He doesn't get to pass defend too often, I don't think.
No.
3rd and 10 for Green Bay. The 3 wide receivers all strung out on the right side. Interesting formation by the Pack. Ellis, the lone running back. Dickey sacked. He took a real lick from Lawrence Pillars from the blind side, who drops him at the 22-yard line. 3rd sack for San Francisco.
Lawrence Pillars, number 65. He's dropped about 20 pounds this year. He says that has helped him. As you can see, Dickey had no time to spot anybody, and Pillars came through like there was nobody in his way.
Johnny, in the second period, Stabler has passed to Dave Casper. Houston and New England are tied at 7. Stackowitz into punt for Green Bay from the 10. Big rush on him. He just got it away, and it's a boomer. With the wind behind him, backing up Solomon to the 21. Solomon, good running, gets it up the sideline, close to the 35-yard line. Good effort by Freddie Solomon after a fine punt by Ray Stackowitz. And so with 8:59 to go here in this first half, it still remains Green Bay 3. Cincinnati leading Pittsburgh 13-0. Here in Milwaukee, the Packers lead it 3-0. San Francisco ball. Johnny Davis barrels his way behind the left guard John Ayers and picks up about 4 yards. Davis acquired in the deal with Tampa Bay for wide receiver James Owens. He's rushed for 113 yards coming into the game. So we look at the big tight end Charlie Young. Wingo made the tackle. What a fine young linebacking core the Pack has with Anderson, Wingo, Cumby, and Douglas.
Montana is 7 of 9 for 51 yards.
2nd and 6 for Joe Montana and company. Incomplete for Cooper, who just dropped the ball. Now for another NFL Today report, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York.
Tim, the St. Louis Cardinals are playing tough against Atlanta. Bartkowski will complete this pass to Andrews. Watch the hit by E.J. Jr. And that led to the second Cardinal touchdown. They now lead at 14-0. Let's go back to Tim Ryan.
Ooh, what a lick by Jr. on that play. So makings of an upset going there with St. Louis and Atlanta. 4 down linemen in on this passing situation. Ezra Johnson has joined the front 3 of the Packers on 3rd down and a long 6. Slot formation left for San Francisco. Long count by Montana, and a flag is down. He didn't make the 30-second clock. So that changing Packer defense, I guess he wanted to change the play, and they didn't get it done in time.
The Packers had just about everybody on the line. I think they had 11 men on the line of scrimmage there at the last second. And Montana said, what's going on here? And he was trying to come up with an audible, didn't get it off in time.
So it'll make it 3rd and 11 now with the penalty for delay of game from referee Ben Greith. The ball is now at the 34-yard line of San Francisco, and the Niners unable to make anything happen so far. Montana under pressure. Gets the ball away, complete to Solomon. Solomon, what an effort. Nearly got the first down yardage as he slipped the tackle of Douglas and kept his balance beautifully, but he will come up short by about a yard.
It was Casey Merrill who put the pressure on. You see Solomon, he was jammed. He goes across the field, and he was going towards the direction that Montana was forced to run. He broke the tackle by Michael Douglas and could not quite get up there to get the first down for San Francisco. The 49ers are going to have to punt.
What a super effort by Solomon, nonetheless. Bill Walsh has been touting him as Pro Bowl material this year. He said, this guy has done so much for our offense. He does it all. 4th down, the barefooted Jim Miller really booms one into the wind. It lands at the 5 and will be downed deep in Packer territory. Well, Miller made up for his 7-yarder with that one. And it was down by Bill Ring inside the 5 of Green Bay. 7 to the 5-yard line. They've got 2 tight ends in. Paul Kaufman and the rookie Gary Lewis from Texas Arlington, their number 2 pick this year. Wide to the right is Lofton, number 80. Play action from the end zone. Dickey has time. Deep for Kaufman, complete. First down out to the 31-yard line. It was over Dwight Hicks, who simply misjudged that pass, Johnny. Eric Wright back there on the coverage as well. One of those 2 defenders leaped high for the ball and misjudged it.
And Kaufman brought it in the way you're supposed to. It was a high pass, but he got his chest up there and brought it in. You can see Lofton here breaking open on a post pattern. But by that time, Dickey had decided to go down to Kaufman, number 82, and you're going to see the misjudgment that you're talking about. He stopped and then tried to leap for it, and Kaufman brought it in. And now we see the Packers with Gary Ellis on the move and finally knocked out of bounds.
Ellis running hard out the left side, appears to have picked up first down yardage. And it was Eric Wright who forced him out, and it was Eric Wright who leaped high trying to knock that pass down, the rookie from Missouri. So the Packers really got themselves out of a hole.
Yeah, you got to give them some credit. First down on their own 5-yard line, and Dickey says, okay, let's go for it. And they got out of the hole in a big, big hurry.
Good pass protection on that play,
yes,
Johnny.
Excellent.
So it is first down at the 45 of Green Bay in just 2 plays. High formation, Ellis with Huckabee the lead back. Lofton left, Jefferson right. Huckabee, good hole. Huckabee breaks a tackle of Reynolds and gets another first officials apparently whistled play dead before the ball came loose. Good run by Huckleby. Good block at the point of attack.
Yes, he broke right through Hacksaw Reynolds, and it was a funny thing happened on that play. Reynolds was subsequently blocked and knocked right back into the tackle. That was a kind of a funny looking play, but it was a big play for Green Bay. Another first down. Let's take a look here. Watch 64. You're going to see Hacksaw miss the tackle right here and then get blocked, and then somebody's going to hit him from the back, and then all of a sudden 64 is going to be in on the tackle, not by his own choosing.
First down, Green Bay on the move now. They're in San Francisco territory at the 44. They shift the tight end Kaufman to make the strong side right. Huckleby hit at the line of scrimmage. Lawrence Pillars, who just came in on the last play, making the hit. Gain of maybe 2 for Huckleby.
Pillars jammed it up the remaining block. Ellis didn't get his block on Harper, 59, and Harper got underneath to make the tackle.
Packers going again without a huddle here on 2nd and 8.5. Twice they've done this now. They swing it out to Gary Ellis, who made a good catch, and Ellis picks his way back on a reverse, and he's got running room. Oh, good block downfield. But fighting it off, Dwight Hicks finally forced him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. John Jefferson making the big block downfield. And the Packers' Gary Ellis comes up with a big play.
Certainly was, and it was almost an incomplete pass at the line of scrimmage. He just dumped it out there, and it was supposed to be a screen out there, and then Ellis just does the rest back against the grain. Everybody coming. Eric Wright thought he had him 21, but that was Coffin who made a block, and there's Jefferson's block on Dwight Hicks. At least he slowed Hicks down, and Ellis was able to get down to the 14-yard line. Green Bay on the move.
Packers in scoring territory. 5:36 to go first half. They lead 3-0. Jensen is in for the first time. The lead back, number 33, former Denver Bronco. Long count by Dickey. Dickey lofts it to the end zone. Incomplete for James Lofton. And it was Eric Wright on the coverage all the way. A flag is down at the line of scrimmage.
But I don't think the flag was on Eric Wright. I think he played that very well with Lofton. He just turned and ran with him, reacted to the ball, but there's a penalty over here on this side of the field. We'll have to see what it is.
Offside, the preliminary signal against San Francisco. And they march it to the 9-yard line.
Defense, offside, number 59.
Willie Harper, outside linebacker offside. Here's that play again.
There it is. Pretty good by Eric Wright. He reached up there and knocked it away.
1st and 5. The Pack needs to get to the 4-yard line for a first down. Huckleby slipped. He was going nowhere anyway. Pillars is there to meet him and greet him, along with the linebacker Keena Turner and Pete Kugler, number 77, the Penn State rookie, getting some action here in the 2nd period.
Jim Jensen didn't know who to block. There were 2 San Francisco 49ers that broke across the line of scrimmage. He didn't know which one to block, so he tried one of them, but there were 2 of them. Pillars and Harper were both there. So now we have a 2nd and about 6.
Loss on the play of about a yard. The ball just outside the 10 now. Close set. Jefferson right, Lofton left.
Oh,
There he goes. Jefferson incomplete. Off his fingertips. Ronnie Lott on the coverage. Nearly a circus catch for the circus performer, John Jefferson.
and the 49ers put a safety blitz on. You're going to see Dwight Hicks 22 all over Dickey after he throws the ball, and Jefferson had put a great move on Ronnie Lott, but Lott's recovery was fantastic. He was faked out to the outside, came back and put the tackle on Jefferson as the ball got there. Close call, but I would have to agree with the referee's decision.
Exquisite timing, Johnny. The ball just hit his fingers, and then Lott made his contact, so that was a good call. Philadelphia leads the Vikings 9-7 in that big game. 5 defenders in the secondary on third down. They loft it again for Lofton, and it is incomplete. Dickey overthrowing with Wright back there on the coverage once more.
Wright is taking away the inside move from Lofton. He's actually almost facing the sidelines and saying, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to run by me to the outside. Pretty good strategy when you're down close to the goal line. But the surprising thing is you can beat a defensive back to the inside, even though he takes it away from you and faces outside. All you got to do is make that move up and then cut back. You'd be surprised, and I bet you Lofton does it.
There's our wide receiver, Johnny Morris, giving you the inside scoop on how to do it. remarkable work by this rookie secondary of the 49ers. Imagine having to face Lofton and Jefferson on the same afternoon. Fourth down, field goal try by Stenerud.
Oh, hit the post.
And it hit the upright and is no good. Stenerud misses for him a chip shot. And so the San Francisco 49ers really escaped the bullet there.
There it is. It's going to hit the left post and react to the left as you see the ball. Boom, and it goes off to the left side, and that takes a little out of you when you go all the way down the field. That drive started at the 5-yard line. They wound up with 0 points as Jan Stenerud missed a chip shot. He doesn't miss too many. I think he was 10 of 11 going into this game.
Yes, he was up among the league leaders in that department. So the 49ers get a break there, and Johnny Davis has a big hole off tackle right. Number 38 with Mike Douglas pulling him down, number 53 of the pack. For Davis, a gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4 as they spot it at the 28-yard line with 4:28 now remaining in this first half of play. Ricky Patton and Johnny Davis, the running backs for San Francisco. Davis again. Davis pulls his way for the first down out to the 35-yard line. Again running behind Randy Cross and Keith Fonhorst. Rich Wingo, the linebacker, number 50 with the tackle.
And that's Davis' strong point, running right straight up the middle. He's a better inside runner than Earl Cooper, whereas Cooper's a little bit better to the outside, a little bit better out on the passes, but you need some tough yardage up the middle. You go to Davis.
Freddie Solomon goes wide right. White Clark comes out to the left, number 87. The give is to Paul Hofer. Check it, Johnny Davis again, number 38. And he is met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Wingo again in on the play.
And Michael Butler.
Mike Butler, number 77. 5-year man from Kansas. First pick back in 77. And boy, what a first pick he turned out to be. Cooper and Hofer are now the running backs. Slot formation left for San Francisco on 2nd and 8. Swing to Hofer. Hofer has blockers and close to the first down. Wingo and Johnny Gray combined to knock him out of bounds. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard for the 49ers. The ball now at their own 43-yard line. Joe Montana trying to warm up those fingers. Clark goes out, and the extra tight end comes in, Brian Peets, number 82, along with Walt Easley at running back, number 31, free agent rookie from West Virginia. Hofer goes out, replaced by Easley on 3rd and 1. To the first down. Packers did a very good job of shutting him down out the right side of the 49er line. Kurt Allerman diving in there, number 60 was in on it, and getting up from the bottom of the pile, Anderson, number 59.
It's very close. You see Allerman, 60, is very good on the tough yardage, and the Packers, they gang tackle. That's the way you got to do it in that situation, and this is going to be within an inch one way or the other.
Johnny Gray, it looked like, made the initial contact. Anderson behind him, then Allerman. They did a fine job.
Well, Mr. Butler's in our way there, but
it is first down.
Yep.
Pack did all they could do to stop him there, but the 49ers made the play, and so they keep it alive with 2:48 and ticking here in the first half. This explosive San Francisco team that had 45 points against Dallas has yet to score here today against Green Bay.
And that's one thing the 49ers have done over last year is they've increased their 3rd down efficiency up to about 43% from 37. Watch out, a bunch of Packers.
8 men on the front line for Green Bay on first down. Montana complete. Dwight Clark, number 87. And Montana picked that up well in the hurry-up offense with 2:13 and ticking. A 9-yard gain. Let's call it 8. 2nd and 2 in Green Bay territory at the 48. Davis Davis and Hofer in the backfield. And play sounded like the whistle sounded. Davis carried it off tackle left, but I believe the whistle had sounded for the 2-minute warning just before they got the play off. He got the first down yardage, but that play may be called back and run over again.
Too much on.
Tommy Kramer's pass to Sammy White. The Vikings lead the Eagles 14-7, and St. Louis still in front of Atlanta 14-7. 2nd and 2. Montana going to throw on second down. Hofer has the first down inside the 40, and he is hit by Cumbie and Maurice Harvey. But the 49ers are ready to roll with 1:46 and counting. First down at the 38 of Green Bay. Johnny Davis, big hole up the middle. Davis blasts his way over the 25. Another first down to the 24-yard line. Wingo, number 50, on the tackle. Technical difficulty on the replay. Timeout is called. 1:33 remaining first half as the Niners
In the middle of zone, because you get a lot of zones and it puts them in between. Let's see how they work their back action.
Well, here's one interesting thing already. Charlie Young, the tight end, is in the slot right. Al Solomon comes in motion back to the slot. Montana has Young open. Young to the 10-yard line. First down yardage. And make it Solomon. Freddie Solomon made the reception. Freddie Solomon, 88, not Young, 86, but it is a first down to the 10-yard line of Green Bay.
Freddie Solomon, who's caught some clutch passes all year, he gets a touchdown almost every game. That time, the way they used the back, did you see both backs checked and then swung out into the flat? Is there such a word as swung? I guess there is. Yeah, swung.
Well, you can say swang if you like.
They swang into the flat.
First down. And goal to go, San Francisco. Draw play, Davis, nowhere to go. Number 77, Mike Butler, hauled him down from behind as the Packer front had completely jammed up the lanes. Gain of about a yard for Davis. It'll be 2nd and goal. 1:10 on the clock. Hofer. Good blocking, cuts it upfield to the 3-yard line. Good effort by Hofer. Fonhorst and Randy Cross leading the blocking. Mike Douglas on the hit. 55 seconds left. They're inside the 5. The ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Packers send in 3 new troops. 3rd and goal. 45 seconds on the clock. Hofer again. Same play. Hofer slips and falls and is dropped at the 9-yard line. And guess who's there? Mike Douglas. But Hofer, as the Packers did a good job on the blockers out there, tried to cut back inside and slipped.
And it was Michael Butler, 77, who came up with the key play. He just went right out into the flat, jammed up all the blocking, allowing Douglas to come through. But you got to give most of the credit that time to Butler. Heck of a play.
12 seconds and still ticking here. The 49ers have 1 timeout left, and they are taking their time. Coming up at halftime, Brent Nerve with scores and highlights. Jack Whitaker's Legends of the Game featuring Elroy Hirsch. And with 3 seconds left, the 49ers take their timeout. Themselves a new football game, provided Wersching makes the connection here. They're going to spot it at the 17-yard line. So it'll be a 27-yard attempt for Wersching. Wersching coming off a hip pointer injury. 2 of 4 field goals so far this season. 49ers had Matt Barr for a while doing their kicking. Montana holding. Wersching is up, and it is good. 27-yard field goal for Ray Wersching. And we have a tie football game here at Milwaukee's County Stadium. Somewhat of a surprise in that the explosive 49ers came up with only